My people, first things first, big up on yourself. Now listen, thank you for coming back to the channel. For those of you who coming back to watch for the part two, for those of you coming back just because you're loyal subscribers or loyal fans, we appreciate you. Now I'm gonna ask you a favor. Before we start the video, I'm gonna ask you a favor. Can you please stop what you're doing, take a minute, subscribe if you're not subscribing to the channel, subscribe, follow, please comment after the episode is done if you like it, or give us a thumbs up if you like it too, because that really helps with the channel. So try not to ask too much of y'all, but that would really help. So I'm going to be on you about it. So please give us a subscribe or a follow. But with that being said, we're gonna dive right back into it. We left off about with perception is everything. Now we take us back a little bit into the conversation so we have the context, but we're going right in. So let's go.
Drinker. Use that analogy. If can't go in a bar, I can't go in any meat shop. Me nah buy nothing in there.
Yeah. You don't know already. You don't know, yeah.
Me already know say me have to control it to not.
Yeah.
You know what I say? Me can walk because I don't drink. But I can go inside there.
Yeah.
And it won't affect I. Because now I develop controls where help guide I through all of this process. Right? And I have to give thanks to Rastafari for that. Just because it helped change the thought process, the mind.
The mind of yeah.
Right?
How you perceive things, how you choose.
Yeah. Because everything in life is perception, you know.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure say another man don't control your perception, you know. That is why the words of Marcus Garvey resonate so much, you know. Where's the black man king? Where's the black man kingdom? Because if another man control your perception and your thought, you're in trouble. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's why you have to be careful of the live vision, you know.
Yeah. Because they
Right?
influence your thought.
Because
process,
every day you're being influenced.
Influence.
Every single day. You have people who sit in rooms and decide, how am I going to sell product A to all of these people? You might not necessarily want it. Right? But if I am aware of that, I can sit down and watch this television all day.
Yeah.
Never change my process. Because I know what it say.
Yeah.
Alright. Watch all the television wicked. Who history says the wickedest man ever walked the earth?
I don't know.
1938 to 1944.
What that be?
Hitler.
Hitler.
At that them use program me. Wickedest man ever walked the earth. Of course him wicked. But him about 6 million people. One man never set foot in Africa yet him killed 10 million. How much I know about him? The power of television, that the ones who control what you see.
Seen the information.
This is why it is important for you to control your own thought process.
Come to your own conclusions and
Have to.
Yeah.
Absorb the information. But the decision must be yours. You have to be very careful of groupthink. Make sure at all times you look, is this my thought?
That's a very good point.
Versus the group's thought.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Because now you will know if you're being influenced and to what level
Yeah.
can I extract myself. These are all questions you have to be asking yourself, you know.
Yeah.
That's why you don't live this life in isolation, you know. Or try to live it in a bubble or a vacuum, you know. That is problematic for you, you know.
Yeah.
You have to be aware of the things that can harm you, so you know how to navigate them. It's still a plan, you know.
Yeah, still, but yeah.
You never did. Because now you're planning for all of the little intricacies that life will throw at you. All of the things in life that can influence you, will influence you. How do I extract myself from these things? When necessary.
Yeah. No, I like that point that you made. I think very often we get caught in groupthink, you know, because you not even realize, if you're not aware.
No.
If you're not aware, it's very easy to get sway.
Of course.
You get washed right in the sea. Easy.
How many times how much sun if you watch the flow of the river, how much time it wash everything when I part?
Yeah.
Because of the rush of the water. Right? And the power of the water that, you know. Power of group thought. Whoosh. You get swept up in it. You have to recognize and decide to jump out and go up on the bank.
Yeah.
Let the water go on.
Right. Yeah, so you get swept when you get washed.
Yeah. And watch it go.
Yeah.
Or you see it coming, you get a boat,
Yeah.
life jacket, something that is going to alter the course
Yeah.
so that you don't get caught up in it. And this requires an awareness of what is happening around you.
So how do I become aware? How do oneself become aware? What is the how do I become aware? What is the process in becoming aware?
It's information. It's information. Because information and the source. Right? That is how you start out. If the source is tainted, then I must know, say, every source that this source touch is possibly tainted. That's how I run through your vegetable then.
Yeah.
It starts at one farm, you know.
Yeah.
And where it spread to. Let's watch the funny thing, you know. One farm, and then because that truck will pick up from this one farm, stop at this other farm, pick up, next farm, pick up, next farm, pick up. How much contamination them just drive through a while ago. You know what I'm saying? So you have to watch the source. If the source not trustworthy, you have to listen still. But recognize whatever the source is spitting out there might not necessarily be to your benefit. What is this source gaining from telling me this thing? So now I'm aware of this behavior. If it has friends, show me your company, I will tell you who you are.
Yeah.
So if it has friends, they might be. It's not definitive, but they might be. So now I have to start pay attention. Do they talk the same, behave the same? Might have similar goals, whatever. Eat at the same place, rest at the same place. Then that tells me that I need to be careful, and the carefulness in which I am employing makes me aware of the situation. Right? But in order to be able to do that, I have to have information, because I have to recognize this is why history is important. It will repeat itself if we don't know it. We're not living in it. Again, just like certifications and all of these educational tool in the box. Pluck it out when the time comes. Because I am going to remember that your history maybe wasn't kind to me. So when I see your behavior, I can easily refer to it. Now I don't necessarily have to use the history to judge it, because it might have changed. But now I'm looking for the change. What when tell me a change? Actions, thought, verbiage. Those are the only tools I can use to determine if you have. And if the verbiage stays the same, like before, you may have said you have changed. I have not seen it. I have to look for it. Can I take you at your word? You're untrustworthy?
I've observed for my own self.
Here you go.
I've observed for my own self.
Observation is key.
So I just like I remember one time you told me, you know, you say like when we did by work, that's how if one man say me have a problem with Ori, and a man tell me, watch boy, Ori not a good man, bro. Don't think. I cannot take that, because me not how he might interact with you might be different with how you interact with me. I must observe for myself my interaction with him.
You have to determine if Ori is the person who is this person is trying to tell me he is. You have to determine that, or else you're gone with the group thing. Because remember, you know, you don't know his source, you know. It might be another source bringing to him, you know.
Like
and now you run with three people's idea of Ori versus your own. So now you just create a friction where there did not need to be a friction. Because your behavior, as humans, we think we can hide our behavior sometimes. You know? But for ones who look in, they're in plain sight.
Yeah.
You think you're hiding. It's like a baby under a chair, hide and I call you.
Yeah.
You can't find me. Oh, really? Who's that?
Yeah. Right. That's so.
You know what I'm saying? So, this is where your observation becomes key and your decision becomes key.
See, so Big Boss, you know, not. At sometimes then, I believe that what happens too is that people take the group think and think it's their own.
Of course.
So they might say, boy, yeah, it's true this man tell me that Ori not good. But I feel like that's I come to that.
Oh, really?
So I believe Ori is not good.
Now you want to say another one? Every 2 years people run out of a phone. Is your decision that or is a group decision? A set of people sit down in a room, plan for make something. Them could have care less if you need it. But every 2 years you shall and must buy it. And then figure out how to give it to you. That is a group thought just come to you, the individual. And then make you think is you want the phone or need the phone, where they might want but not need the phone. And that is just a simplistic way of putting it, just to show you that a group can decide an individual's behavior. If you as the individual don't sit and recognize and say, okay, this thing look flashy, but I don't need it. The one I have performing the functions I need. So the question becomes, why do I need it? Do I need it? When do I need it? Where do I need it? How do I need it? What is it that I really need?
Well, see, so almost okay. Where I take it in there now is like, if I do not know, if I am not aware of what I need or myself or my thing, it would be easy to get swayed because I will not know what I actually need.
But you're not aware. At this present moment when this thing is happening to you, you're ignorant.
Yeah.
So how you come out of that ignorance?
Yeah.
You might have to accept the fact, say you're ignorant about this thing, you know. And then after you start look at it, you say, but I don't need this thing. It look like I need. Or maybe there's a substitute. And the substitute will not put me in a negative position that this thing will put me in. So what is my workaround? It's still life that on the plans. Is you still on the way to Toronto?
Still come
in Saskatchewan, you know. But maybe you can't go all the way to Saskatchewan to Toronto. You know? Maybe you have to go stop in Manitoba first. If you're there, for whatever reason, iron out that part, up and go again. You know what I say? But it's recognizing what you need along the way. And get it. And then after that now, the journey continues. So, personally now, I recognize what I need for I think I say certification, education, these things are tools I have in boxes. Pluck them out as I need them. Right? So, let's say I look a job. Right? And this job require ABC. I require A, but I have ABC. They will never know I have ABC. ABC is not required. BC might be a detriment to me, and I need A. I need to be at the space of A. But I have to be aware of that. What brings me to that information? I have to be a research. If I have to take interest in this thing that I want. Many of us want the thing, but we don't take the interest in it. Or we're influenced because somebody else we know is already in. So we let that person's decision bring us in without your independent analysis of the situation to say, okay, I need to analyze this thing to see if I need, and then if I need, I have company in. Some of us are afraid to walk the journey alone too.
Our company.
Yeah, that's why when I put on this crowd, it never matter about the rest of the thing. Remember, you know, my grandfather, them are Christian, you know. Jesus, them say all the way, you know. You know what I say? So right away, this is a conflict for a man where I love, you know. But I have to make our journey still. And in making our journey, I can't detour off of him now, you know, off of him and my grandmother now, you know, and my mother seeing me. We cannot detour off of them, you know, even though them steep enough for them ways, you know. So now I have to figure out how to have these kind of conversations with them. So now I have to go deep in I thought, no, cause I have to remember my audience too.
So I respect and thing there too.
Then very much so.
Yeah.
At no point in time, nothing where I say, nothing disrespect them or put them at this ease.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It might be at comfortable. Yeah. But I have to figure out the verbiage for use so that it don't put them in a space where them feel like we cannot
coexist
or coexist.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Right? Yeah. These are the thoughts that you put inside it. You still have to travel your journey, you know? Because our journey is our journey.
Yeah.
And you have to remember, say, what they teach is what they know.
Yeah.
Then if a person is limited to X, you will only know X.
Yeah.
But there's more than X. So you have to go now, they stop at X, but you have to go beyond X. But remember that they are at X. So that is the good thing now. You can navigate between X and wherever you step to.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Right? So you always have people who say, well, I couldn't do this thing because my father never this, my mother never this, all of these things. Of course, those things are obstacles in your way. But one thing where I tell myself, when you reach the age of consent, which is 18.
18,
every decision that come after that is yours.
Yeah.
You're responsible. Blame for this thing.
Yeah, you're responsible.
The only thing that happen to you is that somebody give you a delay start. Somebody for those 18 years delay you. But that's a work here. You have another 18 to 36 to get there. You might be late in the race, you know? But the aim is not to run the race for win. You can't win. What about people start in front of you?
Yeah.
But you need to finish.
Yeah. That's up.
The journey. You know what I'm saying? It's
you
enough man to run race,
yeah.
and the aim is not to win, you know. Then how much we can run 9.5 here?
Yeah.
That is a problem.
And everybody you say.
No. Well, if a man run for 10.2, then the 9.5 is out of reach.
Yeah.
You know this man, before him run, you know this man win the race. So what, don't get in the race? No, there's other spots. If I want to climb up on the podium, 2 other spots available. Me and these people fighting for it. That is the mindset. You already know that some people in front of you. You still have to go out there and do what you need to do. Right? 18 and beyond is your responsibility. You cannot blame anybody for it. I hear people try. It is your responsibility. You've been delayed. I will acknowledge that with you. But from there to go forward, who are you going to blame? How can you be at 50 and you're blaming your father because he's never there in your life? No, you might need to talk it out with somebody. For work yourself through it. But you can still make steps.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
or you might need to cling on to another figure that represent what it is that you're looking for. That I do, you know. And I cling on to my grandfather. At the time I never recognized it, you know. But I cling on to him. Why? Because I observe how a man deal with him family, how a man supposed to do. It's just how I learn it. I tweak it as I go. Right? But that made the foundation. So I could have never exit this world and say, well, I never do what I could have done. Because
I did.
Daddy never did it.
Yeah.
You know what I say?
Yeah.
But there were others. You know what I say? Who, if it's for 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, would then play a role. Sometimes when you're in the space, you cannot recognize it. But you know, years after when that's a reflection is good enough. So when I reflect on it now, I say, oh, but these are all the lessons. My mother is a silent woman. She's not doing a bag of talking. She's coming just like my grandmother. No whole heap of talking. But the amount of lessons where I learn from those two people in observing. That's why observation is good. My grandfather, I him advice. Yeah, when him say you better
Yeah,
you know what I say?
yeah.
But my grandmother, my mother, hardly. No whole heap of talking.
Yeah.
But you have to just look, face, make this, that. And you have to balance out. And then now, you watch and see how them treat each other without saying. Because sometimes the words are good, yes. But if you're looking and observing, you will see that the action is more beneficial to you than the word that could have been said. Because maybe they never get that kind of training there, you know.
Yeah.
You have to recognize that too, you know.
Yeah.
If somebody's lack of training will impact you, you know. But if you are observing, you can say, oh, they weren't formally trained in this. But their behavior tells me that this is who they are. Them cannot express it. And not all of us are good with expressing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But with verb, with words.
Words, yes.
But
Your actions will portray how you feel.
How many times you're talking to people and when you look at them, they might say a bugger thing, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watch the expression and everything from the expression I tell you, say, yo, I'm not supposed to trust that one, yeah. I'm not supposed to trust this one person, yeah. Slick with the tongue.
Yeah, with the mom, yeah.
You know what I say? But the actions will never follow.
Yeah.
Awareness.
Yeah.
Recognizing that, you know.
Man, that point you make there is a very, very, very key point. That my sister used to tell me that you are responsible. You are 100% responsible, 100% responsible for where you is in life. If you're poor, if you're rich, if you're struggling, whatever that is, the decisions that you make will lead you there. Now. You can't say well. You can't, like I say, you can't blame when you reach 18.
Yes.
You cannot blame somebody else because you and our daughter, you make them decision there. Whether you get influence to make them or not, or you make them.
You have to. Now, other people will impact your decisions. That is true. Remember, you don't live in a silo where you're just operating by yourself. You're connected to other things, right? But you can still make decisions. If this is not going in the direction that you want it to go, that means you need to change one of your ingredients. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a workplace and you recognize that this supervisor, this personnel, or this company that you work for will not take it to the levels that you want to go, you need to determine where you want to go, but you must know it in order if it not take you there. So that means there's something else you may require. Can I get it from where I'm at? Or do I need to stick this out for another year, another 2 years, however long? You are going to determine that. And after I've retrieved it, out I go. But you cannot sit in there and you're uncomfortable. You sit down on the couch. Tell you like the analogies, you know? You sit down on the couch. And this couch, you've had it for 10, 20, 15 years. The couch is becoming uncomfortable. What are you going to do?
Change it out.
It's giving you back problems, you know?
Have to change
what
it
you
out.
going to do? Is that you refurbish the couch, because you look on your cabbage now. You look at your money, so forget
Yes.
the audience might not
the
refurbish it. But you will look at the monies and say, a new one will cost me X. But if I refurbish this one, cost me half, solves my problem. I still have to figure out the solution. You don't put yourself out of reach. Still a plan.
Any plan? Even if a small plan is still a plan.
Still a plan. And guess what the small plan do?
Lead to the big plan.
And it teach you how to manage the big plan. Right? That's how you're going to. Alright, think about how you eat food. You don't stuff the whole other thing in your mouth. You choke.
Piece by piece. Yeah.
Small bites.
Yeah.
Them say the best way that too. Ask any one of these dietitians and doctors, this is the best way of it absorbing in the intestines and disappear.
So, yeah.
Poof.
Yeah.
So, small plans, execute, lead to the big plan. That's why I chop up the big plan, you know. Right?
Mm-hmm. It's a smaller piece.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now when I eat flesh,
Yeah.
when the guy who out there grill him steak, after even when him grill a big slab, or it go in I plate, choppings,
Yeah.
it cut up.
Yeah, it can't go whole. See, you remind me of, shout out to my boy D, you know. You remind me of I think one of my boys tell me. He always tell me, a move is what you say? A move is a move. What you say? A move a day. Any move is a move. You say no matter how big, no matter how small,
Still a move.
you're still a move.
Of course.
Because if you not do it, it's not a move. But a move is a move.
Still a
Whether regardless of how big, how small, it taking you a little bit close. If I there and I trying to get downstairs or trying to get to the door or trying to get to touch the wall, if me not move, me not gonna reach that wall. Even if I move a little bit, if I move so, I still get closer to the wall than I was before.
The wall will not come to you.
Exactly. Me have to go to it.
You have to recognize, so here's the awareness again. The wall is inanimate. It will not move. So who going to do the moving? Has to be you. No. You can determine how I'm going to move. If something happened to you, you're feeling pain, you cannot just jump up and go.
Yeah.
What it might mean, you might have a wiggle out of the chair a little bit. Hands and knees. And then prop yourself up. Maybe hands and knees take it to the wall.
Yeah.
And it's when you reach the wall you can stand up straight. These are all lessons. That's what I'm saying. The awareness of situations help you to deal with the situation. And how you arrive at these things. These things is how you have to train yourself to think like this. The mechanic never wake up in the morning and start fix car just a while ago. Never. Years.
Yes. You see different situation and then apply what you learn from a different situation to a new situation. Even if you've not been in a situation there before.
The interconnectivity.
We're
all connected.
We're all connected, you know. Yeah.
You show me where, I challenge anybody, show me where you cannot find a connection between A to Z. A connection is there. Even if it go round, you will still see it. People reaping the benefits of a 3,000-year-old earth currently. You know what I say? Because you have all these trees that live. Remember we talk about the tree and the growth and right?
New bark and something
okay.
there.
So all of these trees that were planted all those years ago, we are reaping the benefits of them. Man get rubber from tree, man get syrup from tree. It's not the tree we just dry. We just come up a while ago. That's why Leopold is not the Congo, you know. I reap the trees we never plant. And then I heard the people them for the trees we never plant. You know what I say? Is the connection that. It's the interconnectivity of that, you know. And you have to ask yourself, it might look like we're not talking about the same thing, you know. But how him reach inside there. Him have a connection. Him send the connection in before. Forget the people them trust. And now him know the terrain.
Then move in. And you know how to operate.
So now you have to look for the connection. What is his connection to that? The Berlin Conference, 1838. His theme connection, 1878, sorry. His theme connection that, you know, everybody has scrambled for peace Africa. Him say, well, I want this, so.
He already know what they in there already.
Then him have the money in there already.
You don't know.
So, these things are not disconnected, you know. It's just that we have to sit there. If I'm aware of this history, I cannot disconnect it from my present. Because if people had that mindset then to get something that was not theirs by any means necessary and at other people's expense, what is different and is the same man that is here in the present, still wanting these things. So, I and I are aware of these things. So I and I travel in that order. no blindness, third eye, well awake.
Open.
Yes.
I see, man. I see, man. Yeah, man, understand.
So, if we
Overstand.
overs,
Stand
because if we under
overs.
people in control, we need to be
Yeah,
over it,
understand.
get the overview.
Yeah.
Rastafari change up the verbiage enough, you know.
Yep, we know.
Only you know, because word, sound is the power.
Power of words.
Very much so. And the sound also. Right? So, the Rastafari is the word, sound is power. That's why the words reverberate around the place so much when them say it. Echo, bounce from the wall, back. You still hear it all about. Right? The Rastaman, feel me fit that. That's why I'm always a listen.
See, I just touch upon that again then now. The verbiage change because of the awareness of I and I.
Yes, and because of the power of words and the sound that the word carries also. You know what I'm saying? So,
Give me an analogy then now.
no, well, you just used it a while ago.
Yeah.
That's why we don't say
Yeah.
understand.
So overstand.
We say we overstand. Because over gives you a view. When you're taking an overview, you have a better view. Better decision can be made. You can see everything in your surroundings.
As opposed to
You are aware.
See, and in that you're aware of even the words that you're using.
Very. Very. Now, sometimes I'm very careful because, again, my audience,
Yeah.
I want them to grasp what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I'll use words, but I'll be careful. So I'll swap them out. Give you the same thing I want you to know, but I'll change the word. Because I might be aware of the fact that, you know, you and I travel in different spheres. So whatever is in my toolbox, maybe I don't need to bring it out at that time.
Because
I keep it in there.
Yeah.
And you just get regular me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus the audience when I go. And I will gauge it. Because if the words were start the conversation, will tell I what I need to do inside of this conversation. Maybe it's an aggressive conversation, I don't know. But I might respond like, or I might recognize it. Because of your aggressiveness, I might need to de-escalate this madness. Because I recognize that there are other things that might get impacted.
Yeah.
Maybe if you and I are alone standing in a space, it might be different. But I am aware of everything else that is surrounding.
Yeah.
So I act accordingly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just, as I said, when I travel Rasta, I just find the life is easier. Now every man must travel Rasta. You know?
Yeah. Every man have to travel their own path, but still.
You have to find it and choose it. And walk it.
Yeah. But you have to choose it.
If a man choose it for you, you're in trouble. Any other one choose the path for you, you're in trouble. You can look and see a one traveling on the path and say, I can travel this spot, and you figure out if your navigation can take you on this spot. If your plan can walk this spot.
Yeah.
If it cannot, you might have to do another road. Right?
Yeah.
Marcus Garvey said Africa for the Africans, you know. But not every African will make it there, you know. Because not all of us think alike. Some of us have already been damaged to a certain point where difficult for us to recover because we don't want to recover. We like where we are. And we forget about I and I.
And become you and I.
Right? Are you good? So you forget about the I. And Rastafari said we don't travel that way. If one man is not free, We all are not free.
Is I see.
So if I decide, so that is how I travel. That's why I can see I in I.
Aye. Yeah.
Because, alright, so that concept, just that concept alone, make I and I never leave our family.
Yeah. Yeah.
No matter if I the yasso, and then they're way over there so. Because I go comfortably in the ice skin. Yasso.
Yeah.
And I
And
don't
them-
know what travel,
yeah.
I don't know what before them over there so.
Yeah.
So you have to keep the contact.
Yeah.
And then you have to make sure, especially the elders. Without the elders, I don't exist.
Yeah.
Who am I? What I thought in somebody else's head. So without the elders, I don't exist. So with that alone, I know say this is how I have to travel that path, especially when it comes to the elders them. Because I reap with them so,
So yeah.
I have to acknowledge that, you know.
Yeah.
I can't think I build this so I reap it, you know. Once I come after I come reap some things where I
yeah.
sow.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how much chocolate tree I eat off where I never plant yet? Eh?
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
When I walk on my grandfather place and I go pick
that's
some
true.
jelly and I go do some,
Yeah.
I don't plant on them tree there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's how long them tree there that come to take to come to fruition.
But you reap all of them.
And they are reap.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have to give thanks for that.
Yeah.
And I don't start in the river,
You get water from it though.
but I drink from it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have to give thanks to that. This is what the ancestors know. So they travel this way.
Yeah.
That's why they give praises to these things. That is them spirituality. They connect them to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can't forget it. At no point in time.
Yeah. Because without it, you would not be I.
Where
Yeah.
just a thought in somebody's head.
Yeah.
That's it. But I in this existence because of.
Yeah.
And because of that, I carry reverence for that.
I see that.
You know what I say? I encounter some ones in a life where if them ones are never, not family, you know, but just ones where I connected to them because of their behavior. Make I can exist in a certain spaces. You know what I say? The first Rasta man we go up on a plane, I don't know him.
Yeah.
I know her.
Yeah.
But because she understands what she take,
Yeah.
and I can travel.
Yeah.
You know what I say? When Rasta get beat in Jamaica just because of locks. Just because locks, you know, and I want to say, I Selassie, I the first man get beaten feet. Man dead feet. Why? Because when I behave, or the crown say for behave.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
y'all get beaten.
Yeah.
And even in the years where past come up, and I still choose it
Yeah.
for walk with it.
So let me think there. So we are go expand on that. I wanna know why can I be Rasta without locks?
That in itself might be a contradiction, you know? Because Rastafari is locks, is part of you. It's part of your being. So we don't know how you're gonna be Rasta without locks. That in itself is a feat where we don't know how it's gonna get accomplished.
Yeah.
Now, you might say, yes, yeah, you're the king. You might say, yeah, we're the red, green, and gold.
Which mean what? Red, green, blood, green are herbs.
And the
and
Ethiopian flag, you know?
so but and the colors represent what?
The colors, I don't want to tell no untruths on the flag, you know. Right? So maybe I should have left out the flag because it not sink in the eye head, I know
Yeah.
what the colors them mean. But the colors them mean something.
Okay.
Right? But it got difficult for a man say Rastafari and
No locks.
him can't travel with the locks.
Yeah.
Because the locks is part of the identity, it's part of the livity.
So where if man ball and he cannot grow locks?
Different. Not a choice. That's a mother nature. I think it's old
Of
course.
course, yeah.
You know what I say? Because you might have a man where maybe my friend not take the beard. And maybe him can grow a beard. Say not take the beard. And he must say Rasta through the beard. But there's no man when I'm going to hear on the head like that. Look at Tuxa come out. And he might just leave it, make it be.
Yeah.
You know what I say?
And you see my uncle them have go ball, but I leave them little locks with the pan,
leave
with
the
little ones
man,
there
little
around.
stubs them
Yeah,
come out.
Yeah.
Because Rasta say, Ital.
Yeah.
Then if you travel Ital mean natural, you know?
Natural.
Not no way. Some guys co-op it and I call it vegan and all of these things. And the vegan in 1976 and 1970s that come about.
Yeah.
Rastafari older. Rastafari liberty older.
Yeah.
Even though we take up the mantle in the 1930s, but the liberty older. Because we respect the ancients and we look at what the ancients do before and how them travel. You understand? So if them travel that way, because it get a name now, that means that we were not it before.
Yeah.
You know what I say? So because of that now, someone's co-op it now and say, but Rastafari say Ital.
Yeah.
Which means in its natural state.
Even in food and everything.
Everything.
And everything. In everything.
Yeah. So we're not going to do the leather business and we're not going to do the snake skin business. You see it there?
Natural.
We don't wear leather.
Yeah, natural.
No weapon way.
Nothing.
No animal thing no go upon way. Because respect the animal them too much. I take them out of them skin and I walk up and down with them. You know what I say? It is not just a fake it thing. It's a lifestyle.
Live it. It's a lifestyle.
And that is why it is a continuous growth.
Yes, yeah.
Because as I go and I get information, then I live that information.
Yeah.
Remember we always say information without application is worthless information.
That's right. Say that one again, give me. Say that one again, give me.
We say information without application is worthless information. What is the point of knowing it?
Yeah.
Knowledge without application.
Yeah.
What is the point of me knowing something and I don't apply it for it to become effective?
Yeah.
So I have to ask that question then, you know.
Yeah.
Why I know say this thing not good for I, but I just continue upon the road.
Yeah.
I last. I walk. Straight.
Yeah.
I go upon a journey. Journey say it's supposed to be Google say 3 hours. We use modern day style.
Yeah.
Google say 3 hours. I'm a 5 hour into the journey. Yeah, it's just something wrong.
Yeah.
I make a wrong turn somewhere.
Yeah.
But if I make the wrong turn and I not acknowledge say I make the wrong turn, I know I make the wrong turn, you know. And I not acknowledge it, I just continue thinking say, well, this road I gotta lead I walk around. You don't know. No. That is the unknown you just gone into.
Yeah.
You're wrong with the unknown, but you need to plan for the unknown.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But you're gone into the unknown, off of your path, you're in trouble. You know what I say? So, what is the point of me knowing say I make the wrong turn and I don't apply that knowledge now to correct myself, to continue on the journey when I'm supposed to be on? Unless you know what awaits at the end here. So when you make the wrong turn, good. I avoid that. So now you're gone into the unknown, but you know the known road that says problem. But you're gone into the unknown. It might be worse. No idea. You need to start make a plan. What if I encounter this?
And everything will come back to the plan.
Then how you go travel without the plan?
See, boss. So, me know, because we all going, right? But watch.
Yeah, we get that 50 or 60.
It even not go done, you know, because me go talk to you the whole time, you know. See, me tell you, me there work, you know. Every day me go find boss and I go talk to him. Every day, because every day me talk to him, me learn something different, you know. So watch, I gear down a little bit now. So, I may have a look, last couple of questions I have to ask you.
Sure.
So, one thing I want to ask you, I know you mentioned many different obstacles within your journey. what was the biggest obstacle that you faced so far, and what you learned from that obstacle? How you navigate through it?
Sometimes, not really sometimes. The biggest obstacle I come across was time.
Mm.
Because normally when I plan something, I want it executed right away.
Yeah.
I have planned for a lot of things in
Yeah.
between, But sometimes we have to recognize that if I plan a 4-year plan,
Mm.
that might turn into a 6-year plan or a 7-year plan. Because we're not deviate from the plan, we are hold the plan and go unite. So sometimes we find that the connectivity which we have to other things is the obstacle. Because I cannot navigate this world in a silo.
Yeah.
So I need other things. So, in order to overcome that, maybe I need to find another source. Because the current source is a challenge. So I need to find another source, another way of doing. And I find that if I have contingencies inside the contingencies, then I know I'm not going to fail.
Yeah.
So whichever obstacle come, I just walk around the one and gone. Next.
Have like a next route to get to the same
Very
destination.
much so. The destination not gonna change. Right?
It's like a
But in
alternate
order for me to be able to navigate that, I have to keep on make a plan inside that plan. So I have to have contingencies. This one don't work, next one. But it all taking me to that.
to that destination.
Yeah.
I like that. Having a plan and a plan, because even on your journey, like your destination, like you say, it not gonna move, but you might have to take an alternate path because you might reach a stump. And I said, but I have to go around this stump.
Yeah.
So alternate path.
They come up on the wine on the road. You never know the why there.
Yeah.
You think it was a straight road. As far as you know, straight road, straight to Toronto. Oops. Wine on the road. Which one you take? You might have to seek information right at the why there. Pause. Reflect. Re-examine the plan. Re-examine the journey. Maybe I don't somebody really for that. Wrong road. Me already that me glad I road there. Hey, I'm going to Toronto. Which road takes me there the quickest? You just encounter somebody. You need information. Or you gotta act. You need that to be able to travel.
And you have to apply. You have to apply with that information.
Now him tell you, or she tell you. What is the challenge? You might decide to take the other road. You know what I say? But now you're still making it with the decision that you get. So whatever obstacle come, still seek. Because seeking can't go into non-existence. Right? Seeking is always going to be an advantage for you because seeking brings forward information that you can utilize.
Yeah. See, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this is and this is how I kind of operate where I always seek things. I love food. But food sometimes can be a detriment. Right? Especially in this West, right?
Yeah.
So it simply means I have to seek out the information out of the food. I have to determine which one of the food good. Because it's part of my consumption, physically and mentally. So some things I don't read. For what? No benefit to derive from it. Right? But the food, I have to be able to recognize it right away when I walk in the supermarket. 9, good. 4, no good. All of these, I have to know. And the barcode numbers on the food. Because I'm telling you a reason, So I have to ask why this food have a same apple, 2 different barcode. What make? Or why? Me need to know that. There's something. Come on, hide information in a plain sight.
I even think about it,
You know what I say?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
I have to ask that.
Yeah.
The why. Remember them.
Why?
When, where, what, how, who. Can't forget.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
These things. So that's how I navigate. These constant questions where I ask. And it's a split second. Forget the answer from yourself,
Yeah.
But you have to ask it.
Yeah.
Which brings forward the awareness.
Would you say that awareness is being aware is one of the biggest lessons you've learned in life? Because I would say that in everything that you in from young to old now, everything that you've done had required an awareness. In the job site, you had to require an awareness to move, to navigate. Okay, I need to get to here. Even though the awareness of just knowing, boy, even though I come with zero subjects, me not dance, me know, me interest was not there. And this is what I'm interested in, this is what I want to get to. The awareness to know, boy, I'm making this, I grew up in a Christian home, but I'm making the decision to become Rasta. It's our awareness, everything, job situation, everything is an awareness.
Of course, because I need a path,
Yeah.
which means I have to carve a path out, which I need to travel on. What is going to become my vehicle on this journey that I'm going on?
Yeah.
Coming from a Christian home, I don't want to use that. I know too much things about Christianity to figure use that.
Yeah.
I cannot use it.
Yeah.
It is going to be an impossible task. That is why knowledge with application for me is so critical.
Yeah.
Right? Because the moment I know this, then I have to figure out another path. Rasta present itself. I want to sing a song.
Yeah. And then boom.
Because he might sing about film thing, so he might give you some information. He's giving some information. Oh, here. I take it. And use it for mold thyself. Because it's something where I never know.
Yeah.
So all along I did I travel without information. Funny me. I travel and I make decisions without information, you know.
Yeah.
So that awareness of surroundings, of other things that are happening in the world, of other things that have happened to me before I came here.
Yeah.
Come have to recognize that too, you know. Right? The king say, he before Ori. It's the first time I hear that name. So when I hear the virgin name, you know, I just perk up, you know.
Yeah.
Because it's the second time I never hear that name there.
Yeah.
Before that. But even to this day, I don't know what it mean. That means so my research now go a little bit further.
Yeah.
But him say he before Ori, which that tell me say I talk about him lineage. So him lineage stretch to this. So now I need to go do some research to try to figure out who is this Ori where I'm referred to. See how far back I stretch. You know what I say?
Yeah.
Because if I stretch so far,
Yeah.
and present day can't define me. Cannot.
Yeah. Because you already was too. Yeah.
You know what I say?
Cannot be
So
defining the only the present
no,
moment.
yeah, because
Yeah.
it simply means I can't get caught in this group thing that is currently inside this space where I'm at. I recognize I'm in there. I'm in the matrix.
Yeah.
So I recognize I am in there. But that means I now can operate outside. That's why I look to history. Sure, who I was before.
Yeah.
Because the things them where sure I know, if I never did I look to there, I would have never be able to recognize myself. You know what I say? I never know say what if I ask man there in Ethiopia. I never know that. The man the king sit down and reason. And them never have the same ideology we have. But them have a liberty where say stay natural to earth. Right? So that means I can travel that part too, because ones live it. It's those who live in India. They might travel the same part, you know, different part of the world, you know.
Yeah.
The man they see life through the same prism where I see it. It's with connectivity that.
Connectivity. See, so everything come back to being connected.
But how are we
Like
not?
that, yeah.
That is why I don't overs why people behave so individualistic. Well, it's not that I don't overs it. It's a Western culture where teach us that. You know what I say?
Yeah.
So because it gets so ingrained in how we know for all of these years now, then
natural.
it become the behavior.
Yeah.
You know what I say? But I know say we were not this before. And before we were better before.
Yeah.
Balance them at.
Balance, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it always a seek that balance within self. Because it's within the self, you know.
Yeah.
You have to seek that balance within the self in order to become the aware.
Yeah.
And the moment you find that balance where you can say I and I, you now become aware of the external that should not be affecting the I and the I.
So may I jump to the last question. Last. So one thing I wanted to ask you about was I wanted to ask you about fatherhood. What does that mean to you? Fatherhood, and maybe what lesson have you learned from fatherhood? And then the last thing will be, what is something that you want to leave the audience with?
Okay. So because that are last, that means we deal with that last.
We'll do it down last.
But parenting just simply means you're responsible for the life you create. Now, parenting is not just taught out of a book that you can go read and say, oh, all kids are this and all kids are that, so I act accordingly. No, your awareness of the child you're dealing with. See, these things never escape you, you know.
Yeah.
Then if it's 10 children, it's 10 different children. You know what I mean? 10 different father. Same person, you know. 10 different parenting styles. You know what I say? So that is where it teach I. And plus, as I said, it teach I responsibility. And then it teach I say, I have to evolve in order to be able to deal.
Yeah.
So, how I was with the first is not how I was with the last. Because I grew through it. So them I grow and I grow too, you know. So I have to react and behave differently as I grow with them. So I become more of a conversationist. Sometimes I don't like it.
Yeah, never said, man, bloody man, just beat me, man.
You know? But I prefer to have a conversation because inside of the conversation, I can learn, them can learn. Sometimes the answer lies with them, you know, but I need to extract it because I will not give it up willingly.
Yeah.
So I need to extract it from them to see their thought process also. Because now I have to remember there's another human being in front of I, not just a subject.
Yeah.
Because some people see the kids as their subject, where do as I say, you know, or drama in my life, you know, right?
Yeah.
But we have to recognize that these are individuals too, with thoughts, but you have to help navigate that thought or train that thought, right? And also allowing for respect to enter in. So I respect the child and the child in turn respect I.
Yeah.
So that means my verbiage has to be different.
Yeah. I interact with it, yeah.
Right? I can't treat the individual like not an individual, like an animal outside there. I have to curtail the thought, again the awareness. When I start a view, I start make a plan. You know what I say? Because you have a plan, right? For everyone. What them future gonna look like 20 years, 50 years, whatever. Things cause deviation and whatever the case may be, you decide for us up and restart. So and I up and restart. So you know what I say?
Yeah.
But it's working with a plan still.
Yeah.
You know what I say? So
Plan within a plan.
parenting to I is just a matter of understanding who the child is.
Yeah.
And reacting to that. Right? Sometimes it requires a reaction versus an action. And another time it requires an action versus a reaction. But in the situation, you have to be able to determine that. You can't parent like how all of these people out the road parent. Like your child is different. Right? Right? So that is just how we see it. So now, what I know that say, flavor the people. Become more aware, man. Seek knowledge.
Yeah.
Seek knowledge and information and apply said information. Because there's no way, whatever situation you find yourself in, it is going to be difficult to navigate outside of it if you're not informed and you're not making what you know become applicable. A blind man will lead you where? To what him can see.
And him can't see nothing.
What him see. But
Darkness. Can't see nothing.
Right?
Yeah.
If him take you must be the one who guiding.
Yeah.
Because you can see the path.
Yeah.
So you need to see your path and guide yourself to it. But you have to go find that path. If you don't find it just yet, don't be afraid. Search for it, find it, and navigate yourself on it. And don't be afraid to fail at something. The failure is a lesson. Don't see the failure as the ultimate goal. The failure cannot be the ultimate goal. No. The failure is the lesson of what not to do or what to do differently. This is what failure teach you. Yeah. The man who ride the bicycle first, him drop how many times?
I see.
Before him recognize him need training wheels.
Yeah. Before, yeah.
Right?
Like build the balance and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get back to the mat.
Yeah. Balance up.
Right? So that is just what it means. So that is the lesson where I leave with one them if you sort of say, learn and keep learning. We're never too old to learn. Right now in the IMEDs I have to go to where else can I learn. Yeah. That I can apply to make our road smoother.
Yeah.
Right? Man usually make road before last analogy. Man usually make road before.
Yeah.
Where a donkey make it for.
Yeah.
8-lane highway, overpass and throughputs. So that means we can learn and we evolve into different stages. So learn and apply.
Listen, y'all. If the camera wasn't gonna die and we didn't have to leave and anything, the conversation would have gone long. I'm gonna have to bring him back for sure. Because as you see, the thought process. I don't learn so much on this conversation here. So we will be back next episode. We want to thank you so much, Dennis, for coming through, Big Boss.
Give thanks, man.
Listen, we will be back. Remember, learn and apply. Comment, like, subscribe. I will be back again next week with our next episode. We are out.